Well, good morning. Granny Gear here for Old Guy on a Bike. Yet another video that wasn't what I expected to be making. Well, plans change, don't they? That happens, and I'll talk about that later. Meanwhile, I've decided, all by my little lonesome, I'm on my road bike, and I am riding to the beach. And today I think I'll be talking about, among other things, the joy and benefits of riding by yourself. Because today, I'm flying solo. Yeah, so I was supposed to be up in the Sierras, up above Fresno there with my buddies, riding the Grizzly Gravel Ride. It's a 60-mile version put on by my friend Buddy Tony. Great event, you guys should do it. A couple days prior I hurt my back a little bit. I have a history of that kind of stuff. 30 years ago I had a back surgery down the lumbar area. When I got there I couldn't walk anymore. That fixed me up, but some of my first rodeo with back stuff, probably better not go do a 60-mile gravel bike ride, although I was tempted. Gave myself a couple days rest. Here I am, pedaling to the beach. That's going to be the way I'm going to do it today, about 50 miles. And it's been something I wanted to do anyway, but it's going to be 104 at my house again. So, seemed like a fairly good day to get out and pedal to the beach. It's pretty flat, so shouldn't stress my back much. And Mrs. Granny Gear and the cute little dog, they're going to be meeting me down there. And we'll do some tacos on the pier or something, right? In the meantime, I got to get there, so enjoy a little musica as I work my way toward the beach. Okay, I'll catch you guys in a minute or two here. Well, it was likely the biggest hill of the day because it's kind of a flat version of this ride. I think that's wise for me today. So I'm actually in a little community now. See if I see a sign here. Oh yeah, there it is. Welcome to Val Verde, if you could read that. Now Val Verde is an interesting history because it was established as a community and recreational area for African Americans back in, oh, I don't know. I had to look at the history of the 20s or so. And back when things weren't always comfortable, unfortunately, for some races to mix with other races, more's the pity of that. They had their own area in a sense, and it was really, really nice. There was all kinds of recreation stuff. The, you know, the ethnic mix kind of changes over time. Still a nice little community. It's a lot of Hispanic, a lot of white folks like me, and generally a very, very nice little place to live. As you can see, it's got kind of a quiet little country feel to it. Anyway, Val Verde, California. Just one of those little places that you don't go through here, and there's no reason to really most of the time. You'd never know it was there or even why it was there. Yeah, little factoid there for you. All right, so now I'm just about ready to hit a noisy highway. The 126 highway, which takes me, I'll be on that for a few miles, and that's also known by me as Flat Alley because it is responsible for more flat tires than any other road I can think of in the whole area. I have fresh sealant for the day, and hopefully I will survive Flat Alley. All right, catch you guys once I get back onto a quieter road. See you in a bit. Man, am I glad to get off that highway. You know, it's Sunday morning, a little later leaving than I would have liked, but it's like riding next to the freeway. It's kind of pretty, but noisy. And it looks like, so far, I escaped unscathed from the Bermuda Triangle of flat tires. Flat Alley. All right, so now you can see I'm kind of on more of a little country lane road. This is really about citrus in here. So there's orange groves and just, I don't even know how many trees it would be. And starting to see more avocado trees. And you know, I'm not all that crazy about orange juice and oranges, but man, I love me an avocado. And we're able to, with our little local fruit stands here, I'll stop and get an avocado for $1 and it comes right out of someone's field here and not from Mexico. And that makes me feel pretty good. I'm going to pet a little bit longer here and then we'll talk a little bit about why I love riding alone. This road generally goes downhill, which right now is in my favor. Pretty awesome. So what are some of the great things about riding alone like I am today? Well, I get to set my own pace. You ever been on a group ride where the pace was like 1 mile an hour faster than you really wanted to ride? And you were just miserable all day, but you didn't want to get dropped and you don't want to be that guy or that girl. When you're by yourself, you ride the pace you want to. Because you know, sometimes, you ever been on a group ride where the pace was like 1 or 2 miles an hour slower than you wanted to, or more? Oh, you know what, when you're with your buddies, you're having a good time, you're chatting, that's all cool. But sometimes, it's not cool, it's just annoying. Well, riding by yourself, you can make your own self happy, and that means whatever pace you want to ride. Nah, it's kind of nice. So what else is good about riding by yourself? Well, you can stop when you want to. Because you know, when you're in a group, big or small, you're pretty much at the mercy of the group or the person who wants to stop. Maybe you don't, maybe you want to stop and they don't. Maybe you need to go pee and you don't want to bother everybody. Maybe you just want to do something like, well, stop and take pictures. But when you're by yourself, if you want to stop, you stop. Now right here, I'm going to sit by this rusty tractor. I'm going to have a little snack because I'm getting hungry. I didn't have breakfast. I'm by a really lovely little farmhouse across the street. I'm almost ready to ride into the clouds, I think, and so, or the fog. It's not really clouds. And that's pretty awesome. Good thing I packed a vest. I don't know. Sometimes when you're by yourself, that little extra freedom, stopping when you want and enjoying smelling the roses, that is not a bad thing, is it? All right, number 3 on my list of things I like about riding by myself. I don't have to talk to anybody. Now, since I am riding by myself, if I find myself talking to somebody a lot, you know, maybe I'll be time for some self-examination, you know what I'm saying? Ever been on a ride and you get Chatty Cathy or Chatty Ken next to you and they just won't stop talking because they think that everything they have to say you want to hear? That's a bummer. Hopefully you're faster than they are and you can drop them and get back to the cone of silence, if everybody remembers that. From the old TV show, The Cone of Silence, you let me know, huh? But the quiet, that little bit of solitude, you know, it's contemplative, isn't it? It's peaceful, it's prayerful, it's meditative. It could be any one of those things or all of them. It can be that disconnected alone time. It's you and a bike pedaling down the road, down the trail, sound of your breathing, the feel of your legs making things go around. There's a lot of peace in that. You don't always get that when you're with other folks. I have found the fog, or it has found me. Now my route's kind of pre-planned today, but here's number 4 in my hit parade of good things about riding by yourself. You can change your route. If I'm riding along and I just see a road that looks interesting, I always want to know, hey, what's up there? Or I see a little roadside stand or something that interests me, a plaque I want to go see, something historical, all that. Well, I can do that. You know, if I can allow myself the time, I'll allow myself the time. It's because of that. You just find some really, really good stuff, don't you? Stuff you wouldn't have if you were in a group zooming by in the Peloton. All right, numero cinco on my list of reasons why riding by yourself sometimes better. Música, to stay in the Spanish vein there. Music, if you like listening to music when you ride and you want to do that safely, then doing that by yourself is kind of nice because you're not as concerned about hearing all the nuances of call outs or conversations or having riders a couple feet away from you at speed. Kind of by yourself, and as long as you can hear traffic clearly, which I can, the music is kind of pleasant. And I don't always ride with music. In fact, I haven't ridden with music for years, really. Sometimes music, when you're by yourself, it's really nice, because right now, got a little soft rock tunes playing from Amazon Music. And I'll tell you, it makes the miles go by. Recycle. My skunk count is up to, there's 2. Wow, must have been a family affair. My skunk count is up to 4. Lots of dead skunks along this route. All right, I know you want to know that, right? Well, we made it, didn't we? I am officially coastal. I'm gonna cruise down a little ways, find my wife and the cute little dog, and I'll have a taco or two of Mrs. Granny Gear. Maybe I'll get a coffee over at Andy's Coffee Cart, and it'll be a nice ending to a lovely morning. And I'll leave you with the final thought on why it's good sometimes to ride by yourself. Because you know when you're riding with others, sometimes you're comparing yourself, aren't you? And you're thinking, I'm slow today, or I'm always struggling to keep up with them, or they're this or that than I am. But when you're by yourself, well, you really don't do that. I mean, you can if you're really hard on yourself, but you don't need to. You can just go out and be you and enjoy a great day out on your bike. Now, you know what? Despite all those reasons to ride by yourself, I could think of just as many to ride with others, and maybe someday that's what I'll talk about next. But let me know in the video if you enjoy riding by yourself. If there's something I missed that you think is another good reason to do it that way, let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear from you. Oh, and by the way, my back, it feels great. Yay! All right, you guys take care, have a great weekend, and as always, go ride your bikes, even if you're all by yourself.